Okay, I am popping this in. I'm not sure where this will go, in what video, what vlog, what studio vlog, or if it'll be on its own. I'm not quite sure. I'll try to remember to do an intro before I pop this in. But I am so excited to share. So first, before I share this, let me just say, if you have been following along on the channel, thank you. If you are new here, welcome. I'm Natita, of course, the owner of the Fabric Beautique and the author of the book Wives Still Pray. So I have been talking about, and if you have been following along and happened to see my video from the start of the year, you know that I talked about one of the things for the Fabric Boutique is growing its online presence, and also just increasing brand awareness. So being at more markets, if that meant inclusively of being at more markets, doing more online marketing, different in the combination thereof. And so I am excited that I will be in another market at the time I'm recording this, which is, I don't have my phone in front of me, but today is Saturday, April 26th. And for those who actually follow on Instagram, you already know what I'm going to talk about today, because you saw me do a little sneaky peek share. But I will say, having coming through at this point the 10-year anniversary of the Fabric Boutique, I knew that I just felt in my spirit that things would continue to grow, but I wasn't sure how. But I will say, I remember when the vision God gave me for the Fabric Boutique always included me being in some space. And I was in a shop back in Wisconsin for a short period of time. I don't remember quite how that went. I know that it didn't go as maybe I anticipated, because I don't think I made as much, and I was just starting off. So I was new to marketing, social media. I wasn't even advertising it, so it's no wonder it was not doing it didn't do well at the time. But that was a good 10 years ago. And so or more, maybe a little bit more, because I might have started, I feel like I started doing my business before I got the LLC, but anyway, needless to say. And so the vision was I always felt impressed by the Holy Spirit that this would be in the physical space. So one of the things I absolutely love about doing markets is the interaction. I will never stop doing markets, just because I love the interaction. I love being able to share my testimony and share God's glory and the vision He had given me, and through the gifts and talents He's blessed me with, the different products that are available that come out. And you've heard me say this on my channel before. I love the products and everything that the Fabric Boutique offer, and you'll see it online and whatnot. But for me, it means nothing if it does not elevate a closer relationship or understanding of God's word, His presence, and drawing people closer to His word and to His presence through the product offerings and different things of that nature. So I am happy to report I went today, again today is Saturday, April 26th, to this place called The Refinery. They are here in Texas, and this it was a really good meeting. I will pop up video and whatnot. But what is the Refinery? I will read from you their handout. Now, I heard about this. Remember, I did the vending event back in March at the Houston Women's Expo. And remember, I talked about, while I did not make a profit, I actually lost money in that event, doing that vending event. However, remember I mentioned that there were connections that were made, and that, you know, I'll see where some of these things go and all of that. I remember meeting somebody there who told me about them, the Refinery. I started following them, and the reason they suggested the Refinery to me was because they are Christian owned. And so then I went online. It was following them, and saw that they were opening up this space where different vendors can be in, almost like the potted tree, as the lady explained to me, painted tree, but not as big, and definitely more curated. So they will not have more than, she said, 3 of the same type of business in there, just to allow success for each vendor. But let me just tell you what is the Refinery. The Refinery is a dynamic marketplace that brings together a curated selection of vendors offering unique products and services designed to showcase a diverse range of items, from handcrafted goods to exclusive designs. It provides an elevated shopping experience in a boutique setting. Each vendor contributes something special, making it a destination for those seeking quality and creativity. And so, yes. So today, they've had several open houses. And so today was an open house, and I said, let me get over there and just see. I had been, following them on Instagram, and I mentioned in their latest post that I will be there, and they was like, oh, we'll look forward to seeing you. So anyway, I met with Miss Sarah. She was the CEO, and one of the owners was also there that day. And so here is what the name Refinery means, which is, as Christians, we know the refiner's fire, and I love the meaning behind their name. The name, the Refinery, symbolizes a transformative process, such as raw materials are refined to become pure and valuable. Individuals can go through a similar refining process in their spiritual journeys. The Refinery represents a space where growth, clarity, and purpose are cultivated, allowing both businesses and individuals to rid themselves of what no longer serves them and emerge more refined, focused, and aligned with their true calling. In both the literal and spiritual sense, it's about refining what is essential, elevating the quality of life and work, and continuously striving for improvement and authenticity. So yes, in speaking with the owner, she told me the church that she attended, we just kind of talked about that a little bit. It's not dedicated to only, Christian based businesses, but they do have their own process and how they decide who was going to be in there. So it's not, the requirement is, oh, you must be Christian to be there, but just so you know who's running it, which is very important, and their values, and if you align with that. And so I was like, okay, this is good. So she walked me around, and I'll kind of show you some video clips and whatnot of walking around. There were quite a few spaces available. Well, in the row that I went to, that first row was starting to fill up, and I was thinking, oh, well, maybe I wanted to go in that first row. But as we were walking around, because they have space size from 10 by 15, 10 by 5, 8 by 5, 6 by 5, 7 by 5, 5 by 4. Now the 5 by 4 will be an aisle that has just a stand. So if you want to something like that, it's just a stand. That's all you get, and you replenish that, and that's a price. And then they have 6 by 7s, they have 4 by 11s, 4 by 5s, and then all the way around the back, and then back around to the front. Then they have, which you will see in the video, then they have the more 6 by 5s, 10 by 5s, and then there was the area that I saw that I thought was good for the Fabric Beautique. It's a 6 by 5, and it will be next to, it's a, I forget the name of the business, but it's going to be a woman that makes and sells modesty type clothing. So I'm not sure what that means or what kind of clothing that is. But then across from that, which will be like across from me, is a huge space. It's a 20 by 11, and that's going to be, I feel like she told me it was like a furniture type place, custom type furniture and different things like that. And then on the other side of that, so you will see there is, you should have seen in the video, there will be a coffee shop, which the owners own the coffee shop, but they're also a vendor as well. And so they'll have coffee, but you'll see from where my booth will be set, that's like straight shot the coffee. So if people come over to that coffee area, they may naturally go down the aisle where I am, right? Or they can circle back and start back from the beginning. I can see being more towards the front like this being a good opportunity. Plus it will be by dressing rooms, which was awesome for the lady who has clothing. But there's dressing rooms right there, and then there will be, they haven't finished decorating it and building it out. They're still building it out. So at the time I'm recording this, it's not fully built out. But as you saw in the video, there were people who started setting up their spaces. They anticipate a soft opening to be mid to late May, which is awesome, which means I have to get some product together. But we'll talk about that in a second. And so I'm very excited about it. Now the prices ranged everywhere from, let me see, the lowest was like $150, and that was for the aisle if just you needed a stand, to $1,100 a month. And then there were prices in between. So you just pay the monthly fee, and the monthly fee, somebody is there. So they will have, you know, they are actually going to barcode all your products for you. You just tell them what it is that you have. As she described, there's a portal where you just upload everything that you're going to have there, bring all your items in, they'll barcode everything for you. They actually pay your taxes for you. They send that payment for you. So me, I'll still do markets. I'll still obviously be selling online, but I don't have to pay taxes. I can separate it. So the stuff that's being sold at the refinery, they will pay those taxes, and everything else that I pay at markets and online, I would pay. So, which is awesome, to make sure I'm not losing track of what needs to be paid. And of course they send you all of the information and proof of all of that. But they're also going to have 2 outlets built into each of the stalls, into all of the stalls. Maybe for the larger ones they might have more than that, but I know she did say for the size I would get the 6x5, which is $225 a month. And they also will offer the opportunity, if people want a what is that, a wire, or I forgot how she described it. So if you wanted a chandelier over your space, you can have that. They will set that up. Or because you'll have the outlets, you can put lamps in there, which I think I would do. The lighting it wasn't finished being built out. The lighting was fine. It was one side of the one wall that looked a little bit more shadowy, but I was like, a lamp could take care of that. Outside of that, I think it'll be fine. My lighting will be fine, because we will be, myself and the person next to me will be across from the booth that's going to have that furniture and stuff, or curated items, wooden items, furniture type stuff. So I imagine they're going to have a lot of lighting, which will probably bounce off onto our area. And so you have to agree to 6 months or 1 year. When I came back home, because my husband didn't go with me on this trip, he's going to go back with me to see the space, but I initially was thinking, oh, I would do 6 months because that will take you through the holiday. But I was like, maybe I'll just do 1 year. That way I can see, because this is new. It's in a high traffic area. It will be right off the expressway next to a Buc-ee's or Buxie's. I don't know how you know, I'm not from Texas, but you know. And so it's in a high traffic area that is being built up with restaurants and everything. So I'm excited about that. So I'd rather give it a full year. And you do, only thing to get out, all you have to do is give a 30-day notice and get the space back down to its original look. But as you can tell from the videos and pictures that I show, you can paint. She showed me, there was a couple that I saw, and why I landed on the 6x5, I didn't want anything bigger, because in my mind as I'm going through it and I'm asking God, okay God, what do you think, what do you think, I just felt like keep the space, it's a nice size space, but keep it to a size that I can keep newly curated things in there, specific things in there. Obviously everything that will be at the refinery, well, not everything, I can't promise that. There are certain things I probably will create that will only be available there. However, everything that's at the refinery will be at the market and online. And so, except for maybe a couple things that will be created specifically for the refinery. We shall see. I don't know what that would be at this moment, but that is what I am thinking. So I'm quite excited, because when I was just talking to God about it, I was like, Lord, you know, I always felt that you wanted the Fabric Boutique to be in a space, and there have been opportunities for me to be in a place where it's consigned, and you know, I pay for the space like this. And like I said, I did it once over 10 years ago, but nothing quite felt like, yep, that's the spot. It was like, I felt like, yes, that's the direction, but no, that's not the place. And so this, I feel at peace. So anything where I'm pushing past my peace, I'm not doing. But where I have peace and I know that I heard the voice of God, it's like, okay, it's a risk because I've never done it before, but this is where faith comes in. And having said that, one of the other things she mentioned was, okay, we can paint. I think I mentioned that you can paint, or you can use wallpaper, and you can use the pilloway for the floor. So that is what I'm going to do. I am going to do the pilloway for the floor. All of the walls are already primed. So if you do paint or put wallpaper up, it's already said you don't have to prime or do any of that. So I'll pop up a picture here, this particular one, because it's the same size. And I was struggling to envision how would I set this up, but she had the slat wall, she had the collapsible shelves, which I already have one of those, but that's the one I want to keep for markets. And I'll get another one that's more wooden like that, with the wooden collapse, because I've seen those on Amazon too. They're actually less than what I paid. I got mine from the Container Store, and that thing was expensive, but I've had it for years. And so I want something like that. I do want a sign in the back as well. But see how she painted the sides of her booth, her stall, but she put wallpaper on the back. I want to put wallpaper on the back and leave the sides white, just because of my branding colors anyway. But I didn't want to bother with painting. I could always do a colored back wall like that, wallpaper, which I'm thinking about doing something that has my logo in it, and I can have that printed at Spoonflower. But then just do a very light like lavender side. That would be nice as well. And so yeah, and I'm gonna tap one of my friends that's good at decorating. I won't say I'm the best. I'm not bad, but I'm not the best at it, so that's where I'll need some help. So I'm gonna tap one of my friends for that, and of course I'll take you all along on the journey. So what does it look like? So after I came home and talked to my husband, I told her I needed to talk to my husband. This, you know, have to make, this is a decision. You do have to pay the first month rent plus your deposit up front, which is not bad. And so he said it was good. He said I should go for it. And so that's what we're going to do. I have to purchase some things off of Amazon, of course. I probably will I'm going to take my husband back so he can see, because he already was throwing out some ideas. But I want to take my girlfriend with me. So the one I know that's good at decorating. And then kind of make a list of what I want to do, because I don't want it to be crowded. I don't want too much stuff in there, but I'm gonna have things like, of course, the Wives Still Pray. I'm actually going to, and I was gonna do this anyway for my next market, but you know, I have the Wives Still Pray, they're in boxes. I want that out of the box, and I'm gonna put them in, I'm gonna put all the contents in a gift bag, and I'll show you what that bags look like. I saw these all over Instagram and thought, oh, that would be nice, and so people can kind of see, and I'll have the bags for sale for the Wives Still Pray bundle. Of course, the Fruit of the Collection Fruit of the Spirit collection, my prayer and devotional pillows, which means I need to make a few. The soft opening is not scheduled for that mid to late May. I probably will be fine with the prayer and devotional pillows I currently have. I'm not taking anything that's discounted in my shop, or manufacturer errors, which means I messed up and I'm selling it for a discount. I'm not having none of that at the refinery. It'll all be fully priced items. I'll see what other vendors in there are doing, or what they recommend so far as running sales, because they do that. She said they create all of the signage for that, because they want all of the signage for anybody who is running a special or sale to be consistent throughout the refinery, which I was like, brilliant. And so they will put, she said they will put something outside your booth so people know everything in here is whatever percentage off that I tell them, which is awesome. But I will have to have little signage throughout based on how I have it set up. I want some greenery, you know, fake foliage, greenery, things that I want it to look homely when people come in. That's my vision. I want things to look homely. I probably need to create a Pinterest. I haven't created a Pinterest inspiration board in so long, so I need to do that. I should do that, and I'll share the link if I have it by the time I do this video. But I do have to prepare. This did work out in that you all know I had that vending event initially in April. It was a 2-day event. That money, I did get a credit for not being able to attend, and so the balance that I had the credit for is going towards a market from the same host to be in October. It's a 3-day market. Yes, a 3-day market. And so that went towards that event, which was awesome, because then I don't have that much to pay for that event. But that's not until October. It's a holiday gift market. And so that's the only next event I have. I'm still looking for other events, but my focus right now is going to be stocking the refinery, and then I'll look into and focusing on my online sales and different things like that. And then I'll, you know, look back out there for some pop-ups that I can do in the summer that are indoors, that I can participate in, women's conferences, different things like that, because I still want to do those. I'm still going to do markets, you know, women's conferences, different things of that nature. But now to have a space, that is awesome. But I have to get my notebook out, write down, okay, here's what's going to be, and I'll probably you all know I love writing things down. I have my vendor notebook I had showed you all before. I am going to get another one that's specifically for the refinery, so I know how, and plus they send you the report of what's selling, so I want to physically write down and keep track of I like writing things down. And so I will write things down about, you know, how things are selling and the type of items, because my price point will be from my highest priced items all the way down to, because I will have stickers and different things of that nature, bookmarks, all of that. So I have a nice range of items there. So I am just going to go for it a year, have faith, and see, you know, what God has in store for this venture. And one of the things that they did mention in here too is because they do media releases, so they will do, she said they will highlight all of the vendors. I think she said there will be a day where they just highlight, you know, different vendors and stuff, which is a lot of content for their social media, because if it's going to be 70 different vendors, you can imagine, you know, that's like, if you did one vendor a day, that's like 70 days of content, not to include maybe other stuff that they would do, especially if they have special events and all of that. They will have a soft opening and a grand opening. The soft opening, if it happens when she says, we may not be in town, because as you all know, my husband's mother passed away unexpectedly this month, in the month of April, and so we're scheduled to go back, and it's that weekend that the soft opening is going to be. That I may not be there for that, but the grand opening for sure, I should be there for that. Although she said you don't have to be there. Obviously, you know, vendors want to be there if people have questions, and plus I would want to visit with some of the other vendor booths and different things of that nature. But location matters, and they have that in the packet that they give you. It's nestled near the buzzing Cane Island Boulevard. We're perfectly positioned. We are perfectly positioned to tap into the energy of the booming suburban markets, conveniently located on Bucky's Boulevard, right across Bucky's, safely out of the flood zone. If you live in Texas, you know, with easy access to I-10 and US 90 and Highway 99. Yeah. And it says just a hop, skip, and a jump from some of the area's most prestigious neighborhoods. So yeah, I am excited. Oh, and the hours, and of course I'll talk about this. They'll be open 6 days a week from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. They will not be open on Sundays. So quite excited about it. So the next video, you'll see, it's kind of early. I just got back. The lady is sending me over the contract information for me to sign and pay and everything. So over the next couple days, I will be writing out and creating my Pinterest mood board and writing out what I'm thinking. I'll probably, you know, rough draw how I'm thinking I want it to look on the inside. And of course, like I said, take my girlfriend who is good at decorating. But I have product to sew. There's going to be book sleeves, the Fruit of the Collection Spirit, the book sleeves, the custom book sleeves, all of that. And yeah, blind date, well, a date with Jesus, which is the blind date with the books. I'll have some of those there. I have plenty of those books. But it's time to get going. I need to write it all out and get ready. So let me know what you think. Like I said, I'm quite excited about it. This is truly a leap of faith and stepping out on faith for this. It's an investment, of course, up front with the decorating and different things I need to do. I will be looking at places like the thrift stores, Goodwill, places like that maybe I can get some stands and different things from before I order anything online. That's what I will be making, trips to different thrift stores and Goodwills to see what I may be able to find that I can put in there. If I need to spray paint anything, you know, anything like that. I will definitely be looking at, you know, cost-effective ways to build up the space, but that can last, you know, throughout the year and look good in there. So, and of course the next video, couple videos you'll probably see is me preparing, going in, decorating and setting up, and then the grand opening, providing it's when we are in town. So we shall see. But thank you so much for tuning in today. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, and if you have any questions, definitely let me know. Leave them down in the comments section below. But yay, I am so excited. I'm so excited. All right, everybody, have a blessed one, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.